Your oldest son, Riley,
Yeah,
correct me if
Riley.
I'm wrong, lives in an assisted living
He does.
facility, I think works at Whole Foods. How did your dyslexia growing up, you think, prepared you for figuring out how to handle that?
I just thought this boy was going to have the greatest life in the world. He was so beautiful. And just a second.
Sure.
And so I just remember at a soccer game at Pepperdine, he was running in the wrong direction all the time. I mean, literally running in the wrong direction. Just everything was out of coordination alignment. It was very, very difficult to diagnose. And we went to a lot of effort to try to find ways, tasks to diagnose his disability. Eventually, we found that it was, pretty acute form of Asperger's. That was the classification of it. But how it affected me was more, this was like an interruption of the way I saw the world. So I thought, wow, I have to help Riley. And I don't think it was deeply connected to my earlier disability, but it was more like, I just better wake up and change the way I see the world. And so it just caused me to be the better part of me.
How cool was him running for student council president?
Okay, so that was amazing. So I've now found he's been in Malibu High for 2 years, and almost all of his classes are these special ed classes that are only a couple kids in the class. I always felt it'd be really important for him to be in a school with a larger population. I've now found the perfect school that's not Malibu High, because I could see he was never gonna make it, never. And I said, I found this school in Pasadena, and I thought he'd be thrilled. He goes, oh no, Dad, I'm not gonna go there. I go, why not? You wanted to go. No, but I've decided now I'm gonna run for student body president of the whole school. And I go, how about treasurer? No. And so he ran for student body president against these really sharp kids. And Riley ends up winning. He won student body president. And I was too freaked out to show up for it. So I sent my assistant there to film it. And I get this call, Riley won. It was just amazing.
How did it make you feel?
Well, it made me feel like he definitely made the right choice to run for office. But it gave me a lot of knowledge about parenting, that you want your kid to own something. Whether he won or not, he was owning something that he really wanted to do. And when you own something as a kid or in life, it's probably the most meaningful thing you can do, is to work for something you can own.
How did Riley influence your decision to make A Beautiful Mind?
Well, he influenced it because I saw people, kids do mean tricks on Riley, and I thought, wow, it's tough enough for him to just cope with, deal with this disability. Now he's got to be stigmatized for it. And then I not only saw Riley that way, I started to see other people in the world. They're all versions of one another. And I thought, it's hard enough just to deal with the disability. Why do we as human beings have to stigmatize them and make it harder and cause isolation for them, which is the worst thing?
Brian became really, really obsessed with understanding how the brain works. And that movie is a result really of that channel of insight that was opened for Brian through trying to understand his son better and how best to help Riley.
Why was it the most gratifying film you ever made?
Because it succeeded commercially in a very huge way. It succeeded critically in a huge way. We won Oscars, and it succeeded at helping people. Wherever I went, people would go, oh my God, your movie helped my cousin. Nobody understood him. And so it was enlightening that way.
People continually come up to me. That movie came out, 17, 18 years ago. And they want to talk about how much Beautiful Mind meant to them in terms of their understanding of the stigmatization of mental illness and the misunderstanding of mental illness in our country and around the world.
When you won the Oscar for A Beautiful Mind, you said, "It was as if every dream or fantasy that never happened in my life happened in that single moment."
Yeah.
Explain why.
It's just what happens. I didn't know the show was that emotional. I tell stories for a reason, because they interest me, and if they're good, they have an impact on the culture. And so this story had an impact on the culture. It succeeded at a dream, like having tremendous impact on the culture, and by helping the way we embrace and understand humanity. And so that's fundamentally my singular goal.